like a wild man, sleeping like a child. You're so luminous and vibrant. I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom. Always in bloom for times I've stranded, a castaway on unknown shores. Although a stranger in this continent, I'm always in bloom for you. Always in bloom, always in bloom for
Oh, you tell him. Get it, B. Get it, B. Welcome back. Today's an exciting day. I finally talked Joe into working on the wood stove. Right, Joe? Joe says no. He's just joking though. That's Joe. Jokey Joe. No, we're excited because he went to town the other day and got all the rest of the parts for like the chimney pipes and all the good things. You guys might remember a couple videos back, I asked Joe to help me to remove some shelves that were on this wall here. There was like a mantle and some things like that, but they were like outdated. And so I asked Joe to remove them. This is where the wood stove is going to be going. And right now we've got this Toyo heater here that we're going to be removing. We're going to keep this, but we're going to put it somewhere else. That way we can use it for other times if we need it. This is where the wood stove is going to go. So what we decided to do with this wall, instead of kind of patching this and repainting it, we're going to do a tongue and groove on this wall here, and I'm going to paint it white. So you guys know the inside of this cabin is kind of darker. It is a log cabin, so all of these walls, these logs here are dark. And so it just kind of gives a darker look to this room. So I do like that there is some contrast with some of the walls being white. And I think doing like a nice tongue and groove look, kind of give it that, you know, shiplap feel, not whitewashed, but painted actual white, I think will pop really nicely with the black wood stove in front of it. So that's the plan for this wall. I don't really know what Joe has up his sleeve. I don't know if we're doing the wall first and then all the wood stove piping or vice versa. I don't know. That's Joe's department. All I know is I'm excited because we're starting to work on it. Did you already do page 27?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So what'd you get on number 6?
27 meters squared.
Oh, so close. Tell me what you have written. You should have A equals half times B1 plus B2 times H. Under that should be A equals half times 7 plus 11 times 4. Did you take the number from the card? Probably. Okay. So it should be 4, right? So try to redo that one and see what you come up with. So 72. So then under that, you should have written A equals half in parentheses 18 times 4. Is that what you have? And then under that, you're correct. 18 times 4 is 72, but you got to do half. So how do you half 72?
Divide it by 2.
Divide it by 2. I'm going to whip up a quick recipe of beef and cheese fried dumplings for lunch, and I'm just putting together a super simple like sweet chili sauce that I'm going to heat up and thicken up in a little bit, but it's a really easy recipe. It's gluten-free, and I'll make sure to link the recipe for y'all in the description if you would like to try it out. Those hats were supposed to be
Exactly.
for the chickens.
Well,
Gunner. Gunner. Oh, you guys look so pretty. Oh, what's your name? Brittany? Brittany and Giselle. Giselle. Well, today's a big day for us. We are going to be putting our buck Frankie and our ram Peter in with the rest of the herd. It's mating season, but we have done lambs many times, and we love to eat the meat and harvest the meat, and that's what we raise them for. The goats, of course, are mainly for milk, but we are going to be having some new babies on the homestead late spring. All right, open the gate, Parker.
Let the games begin.
Oh, look at Frankie.
Oh.
Tilly and Frankie sitting in a tree. Look at Peter. No. What is wrong with him? Peter, this is his first breeding season. You guys know Peter was born last spring. He's old enough to breed. He's been old enough to breed. But he is just trying to mate the goats. He's not even, as of yet, interested in the sheep, which is kind of funny. He's confused. Clearly he doesn't know his species. But the question is, could Peter, as a sheep, get Bella or Tilly as goats pregnant? And from my research online, the answer is yes. So even though they are different species and they have different chromosomes, they can get them pregnant. But the problem obviously is that the babies tend to be born deformed and have issues if they're even born at all, because they're not formed correctly because they are a different species of animal. So Frankie, our buck, our goat, he knows what he's doing, and this is his first season breeding as well, and all he is interested is in the goats, and that's what he should be interested in. So we just had to run around the pasture and separate them. So now we have all the goats in this pen, and then all the sheep are in this pen. That way they breed with the correct ladies. You know what I'm saying? So I think now that Peter's with his kind and only his kind, maybe he'll figure things out. So yeah, God is good that way, right? Animal instincts will kick in. It's not like we need to hold their hand and tell them what to do, but that was really funny. Peter was trying to get Tilly, and Tilly's like, what you doing? We do have one sheep in with the goats, and that is Lizzie, because Lizzie and Enoch are the two lambs that we're going to be putting in the freezer probably within the next week or so. And I don't want Peter getting Lizzie pregnant, obviously, if we're going to be processing her for food. And Frankie, I'm not concerned about him trying to mate her. He seems to be doing really well with just going after the goats. So yeah, that's how we've got them all separated. I'm excited because we finally got the heated water buckets put in to the pasture. Thankfully, the generator shed was close enough to the pastures that we were able to just run a few extension cords down here, because we do have power in the generator shed. So now we don't have to break ice anymore. For all of you guys that were concerned and worried that we were having to do that every day, which really wasn't a big deal, it is super convenient and really nice that now they have fresh, thawed out water all day long, and all we have to do is fill it up every day. So once they've all been together and got their chance to breed successfully, a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, then we can let the goats out and we can let them all be together, because they will be pregnant by then and we won't have to worry about it. But right now, I just don't want to take any chances on Peter, our ram, breeding the goats. Peter, those are not your kind. He's trying to get through the fence. Are you confused, sir? All right, Frankie. You're gonna make some beautiful babies. Huh, Tilly Willy? Yes, girl. Look at him trying to open it. Peter. You're attracted to goats? You're so weird. You're a sheep. Look at him. He's like, just let me in. He's like, I like that, Tilly. Tilly, why are you taunting him? Get out of here, Jezebel. All right, so Joe went back out and put a clip on that gate latch because Peter just would not leave it alone, and he would have eventually got that open. So I was reading about the sheep mating with the goats, and it says, yes, sheep and goats can mate, but it's rare, and the offspring are usually stillborn or infertile. But sheep have 54 chromosomes, while goats have 60. The offspring of a sheep and a goat mating is called a geep. It's kind of silly. And is usually stillborn or infertile. Most pregnancies resulting from a sheep-goat mating don't go to term. So it can happen. Yeah, a sheep and a goat is a geep. A geep. I guess it'd be a shoat. A geep or a shoat. Anyway, I'm excited though. We got them all separated and I can't wait to see what we get in the spring. We've done sheep before. We have never had goats on our homestead. We had goats when I was a little girl. Well, just one. My mom always had a goat for milking. And I'm just excited because the lambs are cute as can be, just as they are, but baby goats are cute too, and they're super playful. So it's going to be an awesome spring on the homestead, and I just can't wait. So I'm anxious to see. Usually when the sheep have twins, they will throw twins every year. And so Naomi most likely will have twins again this year. Ruth and Sarah, this will be their first year breeding, so I'm anxious to see what they have. And then Bella and Tilly, the goats, Bella had twins last year. And then Tilly, this will be her first year breeding. So I'm just super excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so we are outside. We've got our new wood stove that we bought in the packaging. And we need to burn a fire in it because with the new wood stove, there's a lot of fumes and smells that come off of it. So we don't want to light the first fire in the cabin once we get it installed inside the house because then it's going to stink really bad. So we're going to get this opened up and start a fire in it and let all that burn off outside.
Bite.
Do you know I'm looking and I can't help but smile? Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever, forever.
that's a good girl. It's been a while. Yeah. Hi. Hi, you okay? You're okay. Here. Here. Is that good? Oh, here. I'm saying. Here. I'm saying. You ready? One more. Oh. All right, guys, you know Christmas is right around the corner, and there's nothing that I love more than homemade gifts. And you guys know that I also like to make homemade soap. I shared my last recipe with you guys when I was milking my sheep last year. I did a wonderful rosemary lavender tallow sheep milk soap, and it was all natural, smelled so delightful, and we are officially out. That lasted us about 6 months or so. And so now it's time to make some more soap, and James, Lexi's boyfriend, especially loves my homemade soap. It's all he uses, and it makes me feel really good. You know, it's something that I make homemade. A lot of love goes into it, and so it's really cool that he loves it that much. So what I wanted to do was make him some Christmas soap, something that I can put in his stocking that he can open Christmas morning, because you guys know we're supposed to be having a Christmas slumber party here at the cabin. I do not do the melt and pour method. That's when you can go on like Amazon and buy basically the soap base already mixed and made for you. So all you have to do is melt that down, add any essential oils or fragrances to it, and just kind of have fun with it. I like to make it from scratch with lye, kind of like Ma Ingalls used to do it back in the day a long time ago. So that's what this is here. This is lye, and this is kind of a process that can cause severe chemical burns if you're not careful messing with all these chemicals. And so that's why I have my safety glasses and my dishwashing gloves out, just to be on the safe side. But it's really not that bad. It's not that scary, as long as you follow the instructions in the recipe and you keep your temperatures where they're supposed to be, and just make sure that you are not like obviously inhaling the lye or standing over it if it's got like a cloud of dust to it, right? And you guys know we're not milking the sheep anymore now that we have goats, and that was the main reason that I went out and milked Bella this morning, is I needed some goat's milk, because this is a goat's milk soap that I'm making today with 100% beef tallow. We're gonna melt this down, and we're just gonna have fun with it. I am gonna make like a manly, you know, earthy, scented bar of soap for the guys. So this one is going to be cedarwood and orange peel goat's milk soap, and I think it's going to be really pretty. So I just have a simple soap mold here. You can get these on Amazon pretty cheap. So we're going to be pouring our soap mixture into this mold here. And then right now I've got my beef tallow in the microwave, and I'm melting that down. It's just a lot faster if you do it in the microwave. All right, so we have our tallow just about melted down, but I went ahead and took it out of the microwave because you want your tallow at 100 degrees. And if it's over like mine is, you just want to let it cool off before you go on to the next step. Soap is a really fun hobby. If you haven't tried it and you're kind of intrigued by it, I really encourage you to give it a shot. It's super simple. Like I said, you can do the melt and pour method where the base of the soap is already made for you if you're not comfortable messing with the lye. But I kind of have a thing for the old-fashioned ways, and I like to challenge myself a little bit. So once I did this for the first time I did it, I was a little scared because everybody makes this big deal out of it, and you got to be careful, and it's dangerous, and you're going to blow your house up. No, you're not. Not if you follow the instructions. But it is so much fun, you guys. You can do colorings to put in your soap. You can use all kinds of dried flowers, dried herbs, and things to sprinkle on top to make them pretty. And you can do one batch of soap in a mold like this, and you're going to get 10 to 12 bars of soap out of this. So it's just a super frugal way to make your own soap at home, and it smells good. It's nourishing and moisturizing for your skin. Any kind of milk soap is really good for your skin, and when you're making this as a gift, it's just super special because it's made with love. It's homemade. That's always just awesome, right? Versus anything you could go buy in the store. All right, so I took my goat's milk from this morning, some of it, and I froze it into ice cubes. And the reason that I freeze it into ice cubes is because once you mix the lye in with the milk, it heats up super fast. And so if the milk was regular, like refrigerator temperature, it would heat up even that much faster. So having them frozen into little ice cubes helps that temperature to rise at a steady pace versus getting really hot really fast. So with these recipes, if you don't have milk, you can use water, but I like to do the milk because, like I said, it gives an added benefit to the nourishment and the moisturizing effect to your skin. So I pre-measured out just over 12 ounces of goat's milk this morning. So we are gonna pop all these into this jar. A couple of these aren't 100% frozen yet, but that's okay. They're still colder than if they were just put in the refrigerator. Now I've got all that in there, and before we mix our lye in with the soap, I'm gonna put my safety goggles on, my safety glasses, and my gloves, just because I don't wanna take any chances.
Scientist Tina in the house.
Scientist Tina in the house. Okay, so when you add the lye to your soap, you're just gonna do it a little bit at a time and keep an eye on the temperature. I'm using Joe's temperature gun here. Like I said, you don't want it to get too hot too fast. And what I found when I'm doing this part of the soap making process is you just wanna continue mixing until it's all dissolved and keep mixing until the temperature levels out. If the temperature continues to rise, then that means you're not done. You just want to keep gently stirring it until it levels out. This is steadied out to an even temperature now. So now we're gonna add the lye mixture to our beef tallow, and we're gonna mix it up with this immersion blender that I've got here. All right, these are both at 100. You wanna make sure that your tallow is cooled down to 100 degrees before you add your lye solution. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add my essential oil. This is cedarwood and wild orange essential oil. That's the scent we're going for. So you wanna keep mixing this until you hit what they call trace. And that's when it is ready to be poured into the mold. You can kind of see there's a thicker consistency here, almost like a loose yogurt. And it coats the mixer really well. That just kind of helps settle all of the mixture down into the mold, getting all those corners and everything. And then I'm just gonna take a little spoon and we're gonna make some little pretty ruffles on it. Like little waves of soap. All right, I'm gonna add some orange peel. This is dried orange peel that I bought. And this is really just for pretties. You can add it to the mixture itself if you want to give it texture. Some people like their soaps to have like the exfoliating texture to it. Joe does not like that. He doesn't like anything hard in his soap. He likes it to be super velvety. So this is only going to be sprinkled for pretties on the top. And then if you can think of when you slice these bars, one of the ends is going to have this pretty little wave on it with the sprinkles of orange peel, and it's going to be really pretty. So now we are just going to cover our soap and put this in a cool place for 24 hours. So I am gonna just stick this in the middle room away from the heater and everything, cover it loosely with a towel, and then tomorrow it should be ready to cut into our bars. After we cut it into our bars, the bars do need to cure for at least 4 weeks before they can be used. So we're getting this Christmas soap done just in the nick of time. Before we cover it with the towel, I have a little bit of rubbing alcohol here. We're just gonna spray the top of our soap, and that's just gonna help it to not bubble and get little bubbles in it. So the rubbing alcohol helps prevent that. So Joe found the center where the little pipe's gonna go through for the wood stove. So like I told you guys before, there was already a wood stove here. That's why this tile's here. And then a owner along the way took it out and put this Toyo heater in. But the center of this hearth, if you want to call it that, goes right up to this metal bar that Joe just pushed through. So what's nice is there's already a hole through the wall, and they built like a wooden box and put it over it when they took the wood stove out. So it makes it a little bit easier for Joe. So he was just trying to find the center on this wall because he's gonna have to cut the hole now. Babe, you're so smart. What is that, cardboard? Huh?
Yeah.
Look at that perfect circle.
Wow.
Wow. I'm excited. I'm excited. Baby steps, but we're getting there. See, and now you can kind of see the vision, like with the painted tongue and groove wall. It'll be white. It'll be just like this. It'll match this white. It's gonna be the same color, but it's gonna look so good against the black with the wood stove. I think it's gonna just really pop. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited to get rid of the 747. Joe, I brought you a surprise coffee for your efforts. It's my way of saying thank you, boo. I appreciate you. You're welcome. No, thank you, Joe. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? You got attacked by a grizzly bear. Bummer. Well, bears gotta eat too. Oh, that's orange. Why is that orange? Oh. Why are you looking at me like that? Why is that so orange? You might remember from a couple videos back, I took out, well, Joe took out a couple shelves. Wow. I am going to whip up a quick, recipe of beef. Oh my gosh. Bradley, what are you doing? Hey, you got some good looking teeth there, bud. Wow. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed.